claimed something on a blog regarding a new wiretapping law. Even the fact that the Minister of Defense came to pirate blogs to comment on this was, well, brave. But it shows that they don't understand the new reality. Because whereas these ministers can stand in Parliament and use all of their voice and posture and be dominant, it took less than 5 minutes from this person posting on a blog to somebody else responding, "You're lying. The document is right here. Your claim is false." He just pulled the minister's pants down in public. They are, to put it carefully, not quite used to that. And to top it off, people organize around spreading ideas and fact-checking. This is a major threat to any establishment used to being able to control reference points and news feeds and discourse. Additionally, there's been a sort of a joker pop up in the game, and that is a business model threatened by new reality. Any business model, and I'm referring to the copyright lobby here, that relies on controlling the flow of information, that relies on restricting what people can send to each other, because what people can talk to each other about is now the same thing as what people can send to each other. Digital channels make no difference between an opinion, a letter, an image, a piece of music, or a movie. It's all ones and zeros. So, ironically, these businesses have become the government's best ally in order to pretend like everything should be like it always has been. So, how is the government responding? Copyright business is threatened. Well, let's eliminate fair trials. Let's just cut people off from the internet. If businesses are saying that people should be cut off from the internet, no care that without the internet today you can't access your bank, you can't study, you can't work, you can't apply for work. You need the net today to be a functioning citizen. So, let's eliminate fair trials. Gives people a bit of a scare. They are challenging the fact that ideas can be posted anonymously. Everybody should have to stand up for what they are doing. Well, we know from history that if you can't post ideas anonymously, ideas can't march forward, because every idea is quite taboo the first time it is posted. It's just that some of them turn out to be right in the end. They are also attacking the messenger, the mail carrier, the internet provider is being threatened in order to coerce citizens to sit down, shut up, and be happy. Sort of, you have the right to seek happiness. You don't actually have the right to be happy. And finally, the fact that the control of discourse has been lost is met by introduction of censorship. Just 3 or 4 years ago, the Western governments were criticizing China for its censoring of the web and of the internet. Now they've all gone silent and are instead copying China. They are wiretapping. In Sweden, just last summer, a new law was passed saying basically that every communication crossing the country's border is wiretapped, always. And data retention. If you call somebody, we will know about it, we will make a note about it, and we will remember, just so you know. In Germany, this has led to people not calling things that would potentially expose them as weaker. People are not, but over half of the people have stopped calling psychologists, crisis helplines, even marriage counseling. People have stopped calling these because they know government is registering it. There are a couple of technical countermeasures you can take. You can encrypt, you can tunnel, you can provide anonymity through other people. You can do this in a number of layers to make it harder for government to breach your privacy. But in the end, this is a political issue. You cannot have a rat race between technology and politics. It won't lead to good things. In the end, this is a political issue. So let's see what we are demanding. The Pirate Party is basically the next generation civil liberties movement. We are demanding that basic civil liberties apply online as well as offline. It's really that simple. Let's take a first example. The Postal Service is the largest distributor of narcotics. Still, government is not allowed to open letters in the mail to look for narcotics. For some reason, this Postal Secret is completely out the window when it comes to opening all electronic letters to look for when we share music and movies. The proportions are ridiculous. We demand that the Postal Secret applies online as well as offline. We demand that the same laws apply on the net as off the net. That means file sharing must be legalized. Along the same lines, let me draw another example with China here. I have a friend who lives there, and he tells me that whenever you send a mail, you need to go to the post office, show what you're going to send to the postmaster, then put it in an envelope, seal the envelope, and then hand it to the postmaster who registers this. We would shudder at the thought of living in such a society, but still that is exactly what is happening online. It is still absolutely forbidden for the government to register who is talking to whom, how, and when. Well, we require that those laws apply online as well as offline. For some reason, government seems to think that the internet is a toy, it's not for real, it is a toy you can take away from children when they've been bad. Frequently, you hear politicians, or I should say today's the majority of politicians say, did you meet on the internet or did you meet for real? They don't think the internet is for real. You would never hear these people ask, did you talk on the phone or did you talk for real? Moving on. Right to anonymous opinions. Ever since the 1600s, 1700s, when national postal services appeared throughout Europe, you have always had the right to write just the address on an envelope